10 countries where Americans might face travel troubles in 2025. Planning your 2025 travel. Hold on. International relations are constantly shifting. Let's explore some countries where Americans might encounter a less than warm welcome next year. Predicting the future of international travel is tricky. Geopolitical landscapes change rapidly. This video offers a speculative look at potential challenges for American travelers in 2025. We'll analyze current trends and potential developments. Remember, this is not a definitive list. Always check official travel advisories before planning any trip. Several factors can influence travel restrictions. These range from geopolitical tensions to public sentiment. Understanding these factors is crucial for informed travel planning. Ongoing conflicts and disputes significantly impact travel. Ideological differences can also create barriers. The US-Iran relationship is a prime example of this. These tensions can lead to stricter visa requirements. They can also result in outright travel bans. Always be aware of the current geopolitical climate. Internal unrest and terrorism threats raise security concerns. This often leads to tightened border controls. Countries may increase scrutiny of travelers from certain nations. Heightened security measures can impact visa processing times. They can also lead to more thorough background checks. Plan accordingly and be patient. US sanctions can trigger retaliatory measures. These measures may include travel restrictions. Economic tensions can spill over into the tourism sector. Be aware of any economic sanctions in place. These can affect your ability to travel to certain countries. Research thoroughly before making any plans. Changes in visa requirements are common. Processes and fees can fluctuate. Keep up to date with the latest visa regulations for your destination. Always check the official embassy website for the most accurate information. Visa requirements can change with little notice. Don't get caught off guard. Negative public opinion can influence government policies. This can lead to stricter travel regulations. Public sentiment towards Americans can vary widely. Be mindful of local customs and sensitivities. Showing respect for the local culture can go a long way. Remember, you are a guest in their country. Now, let's dive into specific countries. These are places where Americans might face challenges in 2025. Remember, this is based on current trends and potential developments. North Korea has a notoriously strict visa regime. Tourism is extremely limited and tightly controlled. Travel to North Korea is generally discouraged by the US government. Independent travel is virtually impossible. You must join a guided tour organized by a government-approved agency. Be prepared for constant supervision. Escalated tensions between the US and Iran can impact travel. Visa applications may face increased scrutiny. Travel advisories often warn against travel to Iran. Dual citizens may face additional challenges. Be aware of the potential risks involved. Consider alternative destinations if you have concerns. Political instability and economic hardship plague Venezuela. This has led to increased restrictions on foreigners. The US government strongly advises against travel to Venezuela. The security situation is unpredictable. Basic services are often unreliable. Consider the risks carefully before planning a trip. Despite easing relations, travel restrictions to Cuba remain. Visa requirements are still in place for American tourists. The US government has specific regulations regarding travel to Cuba. Ensure you meet the criteria for authorized travel. Keep detailed records of your activities in Cuba. Be prepared for potential scrutiny upon your return. The conflict in Ukraine has significantly impacted US-Russia relations. Geopolitical tensions are high. American travelers may face increased scrutiny. Visa processing times may be longer than usual. Be prepared for potential delays. Consider the current political climate before planning a trip. Growing economic and military competition between the US and China could impact travel. Visa policies may become more restrictive. Be aware of potential changes in regulations. Monitor the news for any developments that could affect travel. Be prepared for potential delays in visa processing. Consider alternative destinations if you have concerns. Syria is embroiled in an ongoing civil war and humanitarian crisis. Travel to Syria is extremely dangerous and potentially illegal. The US government strongly advises against all travel to Syria. The security situation is highly volatile. There is a significant risk of kidnapping and violence. Do not attempt to travel to Syria under any circumstances. Yemen is also experiencing an ongoing conflict and humanitarian crisis. Travel to Yemen is extremely dangerous and potentially illegal. The US government strongly advises against all travel to Yemen. The security situation is highly unstable. There is a significant risk of violence and terrorism. Do not attempt to travel to Yemen under any circumstances. The Taliban takeover has created a volatile environment in Afghanistan. The security situation is unpredictable. Travel to Afghanistan is strongly discouraged by the US government. The risk of terrorism and violence is high. Basic services are severely limited. Consider the risks carefully before planning a trip. Somalia faces ongoing conflict and instability. Travel to Somalia is extremely dangerous and potentially illegal. The US government strongly advises against all travel to Somalia. The security situation is highly volatile. There is a significant risk of kidnapping and violence. Do not attempt to travel to Somalia under any circumstances. Remember, this list is speculative. International relations can change rapidly. Stay informed about travel advisories and political developments. Always check visa requirements before you travel. Be prepared for potential changes in regulations. Your safety and security are paramount. Planning international travel requires careful consideration. The world is constantly changing, and some destinations may present challenges for American travelers. Stay informed, be prepared, and prioritize your safety. Ready to plan your next adventure? Subscribe to our channel for more travel tips and updates. Click the notification bell so you don't miss our latest videos. Share this video with your fellow travelers and let us know in the comments where you're planning to go in 2025. And most importantly, always check the latest travel advisories from the US Department of State before booking any trip. Safe travels.